According to Cleveland.com's Joe Vardon, the acquisition of Jae Crowder was a major reason for Dwyane Wade signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. For me, one of the most important parts of the trade was getting Jae Crowder as a defender. I think it definitely came together at the right time. I think if I would have gotten bought out in June, I don't know, things could have been different for me. That was huge, because if you look at it, when Kyrie was here, I was like, if you go there, who's gonna guard? You don't want to be a 35-year-old having to guard everybody every night. It's tempting to take Wade's statement as an indictment of what was, more often than not, lackluster defensive effort from Kyrie Irving. However, with the collection of statements Wade made, it's more likely that Wade was simply talking about the player personnel the Cavs had before they traded Irving to the Boston Celtics. Before the Cleveland Cavaliers acquired Crowder, a stud defender, in the trade, the only Cavs players that could be considered above-average defenders were Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, LeBron James and Tristan Thompson. As Wade told Cleveland.com, the Cavs don't want James to have to guard those explosive perimeter players every night though. Thompson is a big man. Shumpert was on the trade block this offseason. So, essentially, Smith was the team's only reliable backcourt defender. Like Chris Tucker told his mom in the 1995 film Friday as she gave him $1 to buy a pack of cigarettes, "Wait a minute. This ain't enough." Trading Irving to the Celtics was a big-time move for the Cavs then. There's less ego in the locker room. They acquired another high-octane point guard who has his struggles on the defensive end as his replacement. They managed to attain what's certainly a lottery pick in the 2018 NBA draft to go along with the 2018 first-round draft pick they already had. They also got Crowder, who drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers with the 34th overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft and traded along with Jared Cunningham and Bernard James to the Dallas Mavericks on draft night for Kelenna Azubike and Tyler Zeller. Crowder helped them sign Wade. Wade's signing, while bringing in another playmaker on the court in Isaiah Thomas' absence, will likely help James make it through what could be a mentally challenging season with so many new faces and an ever-closing window to win championships as the team's best player. Crowder is in his 6th NBA season and has already started 186 games, becoming a full-time starter for Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics the last 2 seasons. Since becoming a starter, Crowder has averaged 14.0 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 2.0 assists and 1.4 steals per game while shooting 45.2% from the field and 36.9% from three-point range. He's also had an offensive rating of 116, a defensive rating of 105 and 14.0 win shares, 6.0 defensive win shares. His size 6'6", 235 pounds, defensive effort, intelligence, toughness and heart allow him to fly around the court and wreak havoc on the defensive end as he jumps passing lanes and attempts to obstruct the driving lanes for perimeter players. Because he can switch through at least 4 positions on a nightly basis, he's capable of releasing the defensive pressure from one of his teammates by guarding the team's best player on the perimeter. In fact, that's the idea behind Wade named Crowder as a starter, a guy who can defend 3 positions, give LeBron James to rest and roam off the ball. He's a big piece. He can make open shots. He's physical. He's tough, plays the right way, understands his role. You love to have guys like that. He brings us toughness and he can guard multiple positions. For Crowder, his role is nothing new. I've done it before I got on this team. I was able to guard pretty much the best perimeter player on the opposite team. I take the challenge on head-on. Honestly, I think that's part of what I bring to a team. Being able to take on that challenge and having the mindset of giving that player the best defensive look possible. I'm usually the guy talking the most on defense. Having Crowder, a great on-ball and team defender, in the starting lineup will help James. James can help the entire lineup with his off-ball defense and basketball IQ. However, because the opposing team's best player could be a backcourt player, Crowder can also help Wade in the same way he helps James. Shifting down a spot, Wade should be able to defend some of the league's small forwards, as they're normally not as quick or shifty as backcourt players but are usually bigger and stronger. Admittedly, I never would have thought that Crowder's arrival could help bring Wade's. It isn't hard to see how though.